Psalms 2:11. Serve the Lord with fear and trembling. Salaki. Read that again from the top. Psalms chapter 2, verse 11. Serve the Lord Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled. But a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai. Kahalayim la, Allahayanawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elect elders of Israel that rule well. Strong salutations to you brothers out there, labor in sound doctrine and in sincerity. Yahweh Shem Shabbat to the elect. And peace, blessed salutations to the house of David, the elect. And read this again, Psalms 2:11. Serve the Lord Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. All right. And the topic of this video is violation of the ark. All right. Violation of the ark. Okay, as you can see, a post from my Instagram. It's the Ark of the Covenant. All right. This is not the actual Ark of the Covenant, but imagery, all right, if you will, replications, if you will, imitations, replications, imagery, right? And I put in the caption, I said, a lot of you guys are in violation of the ark, right? I'm gonna get into that, starting with you first, Alizé, right? Oh, that's the nickname that this guy Eleazar, the Sakari, Guerrilla Hebrew, that's the nickname that I believe that he has, that he go by. Or you have men that call him Alizé, right? Eleazar. All right. And pretty much the ark, and the reason why I opened up with Psalms, because the Ark of the Covenant is a physical manifestation of Yahweh Shah. All right, I'm gonna say that again. The Ark of the Covenant is a physical. When the Ark of the Covenant was made, that was a physical manifestation of Yahweh Shah. Because Yahweh Shah, he is the Ark of the Covenant. He is in the mercy seat. All right, Yahweh Shah gave a statement to those men in the, Matthew the 12th chapter. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 6. But I say unto you that in this place one is greater than the temple. Right? But if you had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy. Now why did he say that? But if you have known what this meaneth, I will have mercy. Because Yahweh Shah, he is the mercy seat. He is the Ark of the Covenant. Go to John. This is John chapter 1, verse 14. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Now check that out. It says full of grace and truth, right? John bare witness of him and cried, saying, This was he of whom I spake. He that cometh after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. And of his fullness have all we received in grace for grace. You see that? It says, verse 16, it says, and of his fullness have we all received in grace for grace. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Now, if you don't know what grace is, basically another word for mercy. Okay? While Yahweh Shah said, If you would know what this means, because he said there's one greater than the temple. Because what is greater? Because what did David? Why did he want to build a temple so bad? So the Ark of the Covenant can have a place of rest. Yahweh Shah was basically saying I'm the Ark of the Covenant, man. You know? You know? So Khan, man. Yahweh Shah, he is the Ark, man. He's the Ark of the Covenant. He's greater than the temple. Because the Ark of the Covenant is greater than the temple. That's why the temple, that's why David had plans to even build the temple in the first place. So the Ark of the Covenant can have a place to dwell at. Matter of fact, let's prove that. This is 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to pass, when the king sat in his house, and the Lord Yahweh had given him rest round about from all his enemies, that the king said unto Nathan, the prophet, see now I dwell in the house of Sadar, but the ark of Yahweh dwelleth within curtains. You see? And Nathan said to the king, go do all that is in thy heart, for the Lord Yahweh is with thee. All right, and it came to pass that night that the word of the Lord Yahweh came to Nathan, saying, go and tell my servant David, thus said the Lord Yahweh, shalt thou build me an house for me to dwell in? Right, so pretty much David had it in his mind, hey, I'm going to build a house for the ark. I'm going to build a temple. You know? But the Lord, guess what? The Lord had other things in mind. Okay? It was given for Solomon to build the temple, build a house, which, you know, ultimately Yahweh Shah is going to be that Solomon that's going to fully build that house. And Most I said I will give you a house forever, of stature forever. It's talking about that lineage and also what? The throne, forever kingdom, a temple. Because you got the house of David, which Yahweh Shah is setting that up. You know? Well, see, you know, it's all through the spirit, man. But let's look at this word grace real quick. You know, it's just basically another word for mercy, man. Okay.
Strong's G 5485. Charis. Charis.
Charis, right? The Greek transliteration charis says grace that which affords joy, goodwill, stretches us of merciful kindness, right? Or merciful kindness by which the Most High, exerting his holy influence upon souls, turns them to, look, Yahweh Shah, keeps, strengthens, and increases them in the Christian faith, knowledge, and affection, and kindles them to exercise of Christian virtues. All right? It's pretty much, you know, pretty much the high priest. He will appear before the ark one time to do the atonement. You know, stand before the mercy seat and do the atonement, man. But Yahweh Shah, he is the mercy seat, and Yahweh Shah, he makes continual. He don't have to go into. He don't have to. Yeah. That's why he said, but if you would know this meaning, if you have, I will have mercy, not sacrifice. You know? So let's get into it. Let's get into it some more. All right, Matthew 12:6. But I say unto you that in this place one is greater than the temple. All right? But if you have known what this meaneth, I will have mercy. Because what? He's the ark. He's the mercy, and not sacrifice. Right? He's also the high priest. You know? You have not condemned the guiltless, for the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. Right. Because Yahweh Shah promised the people of rest. That's why he said in Matthew 11, come to me all you heavy laden, take up my yoke, for my yoke is light. All right, but let's move on. Let's get more into it, man. All right. So John 1:17, for the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahweh Shah Mashiach. All right, and what's John 1:16? In his fullness have all we have received, and grace for grace. So grace and mercy, grace and truth came by Yahweh Shah. All right. So Yahweh Shai is the ark, man. We're gonna further get into it. John 3 and 35. Start at verse 33. John 3 and 33. He that have received his testimony has set to his seal that the Most High is true. For he that whom the Most High have sent speaketh the words of the Most High. For the Most High giveth not the Spirit by measure unto him. The Father loveth the Son, and have given all things into his hand. He that believeth on the Son have everlasting life. Because that's the ark. All right? He that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of the Most High abideth on him. Now, let's look at this word ark, man. Just want to look at ark. Go to Genesis 8. That was a boat. Matter of fact, we scratched that. Read this again. John 3 and 36. The Father loveth the Son, and hath given all things into his hand. He that believeth on the Son hath everlasting life. He that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of the Most High abideth on him. You see that? And remember, the topic of this lesson is a lot of guys are in violation of the ark. A lot of you guys are in violation of the ark, man. All right, you got men like Gorilla Hebrew. You got men saying that we don't have to worship Yahweh Shai. Do you know that Yahweh Shai's that the Ark of the Covenant was a counterpart of him? Was a signifying a testimony of him? Do you know that you couldn't? Did you know that you couldn't look at the Ark of the Covenant, man? If you did it, you would be dropped dead, man. You know? Do you know that's why we're gonna have to be changed, man? Cause we can't be amongst Yahweh Shai needs, you know. Don't even think about the Most High. You know? Definitely can't, because Yahweh Shai coming in the glory of what he had from the beginning, the glory of his Father, and the glory of the angels, man. You all right? So he has a better covenant, a better testament, a better priesthood, man. So that's why you guys are in violation of the ark, man. I'm gonna show you what happened to guys that was in violation of the ark. This was gonna happen to you guys, man. All right, this is book of 2 Samuel chapter 6. And David arose. I'm starting at verse 1. He says again, David gathered together all the chosen men of Israel, 30,000. And David arose and went with all the people that were with him from Baalah, Judah, to bring up from thence the ark of the Most High, whose name is called by the name of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that dwelleth between the cherubims. And they set the ark of the Most High upon a new cart, and brought it out of the house of Abinadab that was in Gibeah. And Uzziah and the Ahio, the sons of Abinadab, drave the new cart. All right, let's jump down. Verse 6. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzziah put forth his hand to the ark of the Most High, and took hold of it, for the oxen shook it. Right? And the anger of the Lord Yahweh was kindled against Uzziah. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua smote him there for his error. And there he died by the ark of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And David was displeased because the Lord Yahweh had made a breach upon Uzziah. And he called the name of the place Perez Uzziah to this day. Right? So Uzziah was in violation of the ark. He was unworthy. Who was him? Who was he to even dare think that he could touch the ark, man? You know? You should have started running the other way. You know? The Lord may would have had mercy on him then, you know, run the other way. You see? But he was in error, man. You know, he probably didn't mean no harm. But guess what? That's the ark of the Most High. So if that's the ark, right? And Yahweh Shai, he is the ark. Well, how you think the Most High feel, you know? Psalms 2:11. Serve the Lord Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all you that put their trust in him. Wait a minute. He perish from the way when his wrath is. Didn't the Lord's wrath, when it kindled upon Uzziah? 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 7. The anger of the Lord was kindled against Uzziah. And Yahweh Shemel Shai smote him there for his error, and there he died by the ark of the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai. You see? He perished from the way. All right? And he ain't perished, no. The Lord made a breach upon him. He made him like a damn suicide bomber. To give you an idea. All right? It was ugly. And David was displeased because the Lord Yahweh made a breach upon Uzziah. I mean, he exploded him up. He exploded his body. I don't know how to best describe. He made him a suicide bomber. You know, or you know, what they say, you know, them Dragon Ball Z, you know that. I don't know. It was, hey, the Lord got down on him, man, for simply touching the ark. You know, it says, and he called the name of place prayer to this day. And David was afraid of the Lord Yahweh that day, and said, how shall the ark of the Lord Yahweh come to me? All right. So the ark is not to be trifled with nor played with. Meaning Yahweh Shai not to be trifled with nor played with. Man, that's the salvation. Okay? You playing with the ark, man. You playing games. You playing games with the Son. You playing games with the Most High. Okay? So a lot of you guys are in violation of the ark, man. Just like Judas Iscariot. What happened to him? Didn't he explode? But that's what, exploded. But then the Most High exploded Uzziah. You know? And Judas Iscariot, what happened? He exploded too, man. Okay, so a lot of you guys better get right, man, before you end up the same way. 1 John chapter 5, verse 9. If we receive the witness of men, the witness of Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai is greater. For this is the witness of Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai, which he hath testified of his Son. He that believeth on the Son of Yahweh hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not, Yahweh hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that Yahweh gave of his Son. You see? Hebrews 9. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 1. Then verily the first covenant had also ordinance of divine service in a worldly sanctuary. For there was a tabernacle made the first, wherein was the candlestick and a table and the shewbread, which is called the sanctuary. And after the second veil, the tabernacle, which is called the holiest of all, which had the golden censer and the ark of the covenant overlaid round about with gold. So it's telling you what's behind the second veil, the holiest of the holies. You got the golden censer, you got the ark of the covenant overlaid with round about with gold, wherein was the golden pot that had manna, and Aaron's rod that budded, and the tables of the covenant. You know. So this is the ark. This is pretty much the ark of the covenant. You got the golden censer, all right. The overlay with gold, wherein, you know, the golden pot that had manna, and Aaron's rod that budded, and the tables of the covenant, right? Meaning the 10 Commandments, man. That was given, you know, the 10 stones by the Lord, Yahweh Shai himself, man. That was divine. That's the Most High. Pretty much, that was written by the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shah. You know? This, man, verse 5 says, and over it, the cherubims of glory shadowing the mercy seat. Right? You got the cherubim, that's where you get the pretty much it's telling you what it is. You know, the cherubims is the two things at the top. You know, Aaron's rod that budded. You know, it had put the 2 tables of stones inside it. All right. And you had and then you had stuff on the. She had stuff on the side, like the golden. What it is, the golden pot that had manna and all those different stuff is pretty much all in one. You know, they all. I can't really tell you, you know, because, you know, they eat devils, but, you know, that's pretty much how it go. But see, how Shah's all that. He was the what? He was the manna. Like he used to say, I'm the manna come down from heaven. You know, he's the one that the 2 cherubims, you know, drew up the 2 cherubims. Because he's sitting at the right hand of Heavenly Father. Okay? He the table, you know, the tablets of the covenant. All right? He's the word, man. He was there. You know, leading the way, man. Okay? The golden censer and the Ark of the Covenant overlaid with so he's all that, man. Mercurian says, now when these things were thus ordained, the priest went always into the first tabernacle, accomplished the service of God, but into the second went into the high priest alone once every year. So it's telling you what's going on, right? It says the Holy Spirit, this signifying that the way into the holiest of all was not yet made manifest, while as the first tabernacle was yet standing. Hebrews 9:14. How much more shall the blood of Yahweh Shah, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to the Most High, purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living power? And for this cause he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. For where a testament is, there must also a necessity be the death of the tester. For a testament is a force after men are dead. Otherwise it is of no strength at all while the tester liveth. Whereupon neither the first testament was dedicated without blood. For when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of calves and of goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop and sprinkled both the book and all the people. You see that? Saying this is the blood of the testament which the Most High have enjoined unto you. Moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. Let's let you know a priesthood. Because what is a priesthood? A priesthood is basically stuff that you it involves sacrifice. All right, a covenant of sacrifice, basically. You know, that's why the scripture say, "Gather my saints together, who made me a covenant with me by sacrifice." Because that's just letting you know, Paul letting you know the blood, everything established with the testament with death with the blood, right? Pretty much a sacrifice. Okay, so let you know that a covenant and priesthoods are synonymous. It's how we know that the Levitical priesthood will be changed into the Melchizedek priesthood in the kingdom. Because the first covenant was the Levitical priesthood. The new covenant, the second covenant, is what? The Melchizedek priesthood. And it only makes sense because there no perfection came by the Levitical priesthood. All right. So that the ark and the ark, all that stuff is gonna be. It's gonna be Yahweh Shah is gonna be the ark. All right. And the house of David is gonna be the temple. If you can receive it, man. Okay, let's see, verse 24. For Yahweh Shah is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true, but into the heaven itself. You see, in heaven, see, he's man. Come on, man. It says, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of the Most High for us. So he's the mercy seat, right? And nor yet that he should offer himself often as the high priest enter into the holy place every year with the blood of others. For then must he have often have suffered such a foundation in the world, but now Once in the end of the world have he appeared to put away sin by sacrificing himself, and is appointed unto men once to die, but after this judgment. So Yahushua was once offered to bear the sins of many, and to them that look for him shall he appear a second time without sin unto salvation. Come to save, man, that ark, that mercy. Okay? Hebrews 4. Hebrews chapter 4. Okay? Hebrews chapter 4, verse 14. Seeing then we have a great high priest that is passing to the heavens. We just read that, Yahushua, the Son of God. Let us hold fast our profession. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace. So Yahushua is sitting in the mercy seat, man. He's making intercession for us on our behalf to the Heavenly Father, man. The high priest is sitting in the mercy seat, man. You didn't have that in the Levitical priesthood, man. So, hey, niggas better start putting some respect on Yahushua, man. It says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in a time of need, man. That's why Yahushua said, but I will not, if you notice, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Because he's sitting in the mercy seat, man. You see? He's sitting in the mercy. And a lot of you guys, you in violation of the ark, man. All right? You disrespecting Yahushua. And Yahweh and the Most High Heavenly Father gonna kill you, man. Because you making the Most High a liar. By not believing on whom he have sent. By not believing on the testimony that he gave his only begotten beloved Son. So with that, I'm going to close out giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakathim, to the hopeful elect, and peace, blessed salutations to the house of David, the elect. All right, DTA, Death to America, a Bible Ball, Shalom.